I was in the kitchen throwing down for you guys, and I realized I am missing 3 important ingredients. Now, normally we work with what we have in the kitchen, but baby, not for this meal, okay? I need every last one of my ingredients for some seafood mac, okay? So don't worry, I got you. I'm about to run to the store, and I will be back with those ingredients, and we're gonna get this video started.
First things first is boil the water. It does not matter what kind of pasta you use. But a tip for new people in the kitchen, do not put pasta in cold water. You have to boil the water first. I personally do not season my noodles. I might put a little salt in there to keep it from sticking, depending on what type of pan or pot I'm using, but this pot does pretty well, so I don't need to put any salt in there. You can also use any kind of pasta noodles that you want. I prefer elbow macaroni because I just don't know how do you have macaroni or call it macaroni and it's not elbow. It's just what I grew up on. So I'm just stirring this, and you want to make sure it's al dente. Do not overcook the pasta. That's very important because your noodles will be soggy when you bake it. If you have to use a timer, use one. I just taste mine and can tell. But if I would give you any advice, I would say at 6 minutes taste it, then again at 9 minutes, but don't cook it no more than 9 to 10 minutes. It should be still kind of chewy, like it's just leaving the hard stage. It's the best way I could describe it. While your noodles are cooking or boiling, we're gonna work on the roux, which is what I like to call the creamy sauce. If you want to make more creamy sauce, then you would just melt down more butter. If you look at your stick, it will tell you where, I believe 1 stick is a 4-ounce stick of butter. Let me confirm that. Yes, one stick is 4 ounces. We're going to use 1/4 cup of butter, and you're going to melt that down, which is, if you are using a stick of butter, it's going to be 4 tablespoons, and you're going to use the exact same measurement of flour. Once that melts down, you're going to use the exact same amount of flour. And just stir it up. Now, I like to use brown butter and ghee in my recipes, and I'm out of it right now, so I browned my butter. You do not have to do this. If you do this, your creamy sauce won't be white, like a white color, but the flavor that comes from butter that is cooked, once you cook the milk fat in the butter, that's what I'm going for. So that's why the butter looks brown. You As soon as it melts, put in your flour. Okay, so this is going to be your thickening. This is what's going to thicken your creamy sauce. So right in here, we're going to add, oh, we got a noodle up. I don't know. This guy got in there. We're going to add all of our veggies and flavor. Starting with onion. This is a half of a small onion. Okay, and we're going to use 2 chunky tablespoons of minced garlic. If you're good at mincing your own garlic, which Instant Mom has no time to do right now, you could do that. And then you just stir that. Let all those flavors cook down. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Ooh. Oh, good. Okay, I'm gonna season this roux with some dried basil. And then I'm also gonna use fresh basil. Black pepper. Can't have macaroni without the black pepper. And you just stir. Okay, so the purpose of this is just cooking the flavor, heating up the flavors in there, and then also softening up those onions just a little bit. Okay, so that looks pretty thick and it's hot. So now I'm going to add my milk. I use heavy whipping cream. It makes it more rich. Feel free to use milk if you like, but this is just the way I do it. And I'm going to use about 1/4 cup to start. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour in the rest. Now you can use milk to do this. Heavy whipping cream is very, very rich, but to me it gives out the best flavor. Okay, so I used half gallon of the cream. Well, almost a half. Let's see. See, I eyeball things. I should have poured into a cup so I could measure it for you guys, but I can see how much I need. Alright, now I was gone just a few minutes straining out my noodles, and I had my fire up way too high, so now my sauce is ready, but it's ready before me. I'm not ready yet. So I'm going to add 1/4 cup of hot water to thin it back out a little bit until I am ready. My sauce looks chunky. If you want like a really creamy, liquidy sauce, whatever milk you add, heat the milk up. You add hot milk to hot, this is still my 1/4 cup. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. You add hot milk to the hot sauce, and that'll keep it, you know, quite creamy. I have to thin it back out. That water will cook right back out of here because I haven't added my cheeses and I haven't added my fresh ingredients, my other fresh ingredients. Okay, so here I have some parsley and basil, fresh basil chopped up, and I'm going to throw all that in there. Okay, and also I need to add my cheeses. I'm going to add 2.5 ounces of fresh Parmesan cheese. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. And I'm going to add sharp cheddar cheese. Sharp cheddar cheese has a really strong flavor, so I'm only going to use about 2 ounces or 1/4 cup of sharp cheddar. And then I also have a mixed cheese with Monterey Jack and Kobe cheese. I'm going to use a full cup of that cheese. You can get creative with your cheeses. Some people like to use white cheddar. I also like to use white cheddar, but I didn't have white cheddar. So I'm working with, you know, what I have here. Most of these cheeses I already use when it comes to making my homemade macaroni. I just like to get extra fancy when you're adding seafood in here. You can make this creamy sauce with anything. You could use this for lobster. You could use it for shrimp and lobster. You could use it for crab, if you want to do a crab mac and cheese. That's why I named it a seafood mac, because it doesn't matter which seafood you use. You would just follow these same instructions and you would add your seafood in here. The reason I'm not going to add my seafood in here is because I'm only using very little, so I want shrimp in every spoonful. So therefore I'm not going to do both, but it's better to do both. You put it inside and then you also stick some on top. I'm using 12 ounces of shrimp and I cut them all into thirds. I have my shrimp marinade, marinating in that before I cook everything. One day I will share that recipe. Not sure when or if I will, but one day I might. Okay, so now we are ready to add our macaroni and our seafood. I am going to get the pan together and I will be right back. Pour it in and mix it all up. Okay guys, so off camera I added a teaspoon of kosher salt and 1 more cup of the sharp cheddar. After tasting it and also looking at the color, I needed to bring some of the orangey yellow back into it. Okay, so because I'm using shredded cheese, my cheeses are pretty much completely melted. The next thing is my shrimp. And because I'm using shrimp that is pre-cooked, I'm going to only allow this to sit in the oven for about 10 minutes. But for now, I'm going to, you could totally stir this if you like. I don't, for reasons that I did not. I would use way more shrimp. Like, what is the point having shrimp mac if you can't have one in every spoon? So because, like I said earlier, because I didn't have much, I'm only going to layer it on top so that I know that each layer, each spoon will have meat inside of it. So I'm just right now just pushing it in. Okay, and then I am going to do just a very, very light layer of cheese on top, and that's going to be the Monterey Jack and Kobe cheese, just a little bit, just enough to cover the top. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven and we'll be back. Okay, so while that is in the oven, you're supposed to top it with breadcrumbs. It would taste delicious that way. I don't cook my breadcrumbs because I don't want them to become soggy. So I put it in after. So while that's in the oven, I didn't get any breadcrumbs. I didn't purchase any, which is fine. I'm going to use Texas Toast, and they are seasoned. I love the flavor of these anyway, so I believe that they will work and get the job done. I'm going to take a can, just crush it. Okay, let's see what our breadcrumbs look like. Ooh, look at that. Same thing, right? Flavor is good. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. Ooh, if you guys can only smell this macaroni. Ooh. Smells so delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to top it with our homemade breadcrumbs. You can also make your own breadcrumbs by toasting some bread and putting your favorite seasonings you like in there. You could totally do that. There's no law that says how it has to be. Okay, and so because of the cheese and breadcrumbs, I lost my beautiful color. I'm gonna go and sprinkle some more dried basil on there. And I'm also gonna sprinkle some oregano, dried oregano. I love oregano. Give it some color to those breadcrumbs. Here we go. Garnish it with some fresh parsley right in the middle. Just like that. And dinner is served, guys. After you let your mac and cheese sit for about 15 to 20 minutes so that all the juices can settle, you can go ahead and dig in. And I am so desperate to taste this. Ooh, yum. Oh my. Oh boy. Yes. Oh. That looks delicious. I'm gonna taste this on camera. I'm going in for the kill, y'all. Ooh wee, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, one more, y'all. One more. This is everything. Oh my God. Y'all gotta try this. If you're on a diet, this is what you're doing. You just have a little bit, okay? It won't hurt you. Like, I got a whole little sauce plate. You just get a little bit, girl. And enjoy this, okay? This is so good. And I need to know what y'all think. I need y'all to make this exactly the way I did. I'm going to put the ingredients in the bottom. The only thing I cannot give you is my marinade, because I'm not sure if I want to bottle that and sell it. So I can't tell you yet. But you don't even have to marinate it. The shrimp was marinated, but the macaroni, all the fresh herbs, oh my God, just do it. It's so good, y'all. I got on camera looking crazy. Look at my hair. You gotta try this. But that's it. I'll show y'all some video after this of what the pan looks like after I garnished it and everything. Hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new here to my channel, welcome to the family. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.